What's up? I'm Bruno. I sing and play guitar.
Jason, I play guitar.
For Drive A.
That's it.
Good. Well, nice to meet you all. And let's get started. Okay. Well, what has been the biggest challenge to get where you are today? Because you all have done a lot of things. You've shared the stage with him and the U's and Alkaline Trio, a bunch of, big names. So what's been the hardest thing you think to get here?
The hardest thing, like band-wise, maybe off the top of my head, like finding people that you get along with on the road, and not just like in the band, but like the whole crew.
Right.
And I think that's key if you're going to be touring. Once you have that like a great dynamic, you can go on tour for years at a time. I think that was probably the hardest part of it.
But you found it, you think? Like,
I think we have definitely.
Good. Anything else to add for your sums it up?
That's
and also I mean getting in the beginning, like booking our shows at like local clubs in LA. I mean especially like in today's economy and shit, clubs don't want to open their doors for a band that isn't going to sell tickets. So
right.
Once you convince them to, it's just like a difficult process, and then that whole thing, and then eventually getting a manager, and it's all kind of like, it takes time. It's kind of difficult. I don't know. It just, if you're lucky, it kind of falls into place.
Yeah, you find people that like believe in your band.
If you're honest,
it definitely takes work, right?
Yeah.
So, well, speaking of all that, you all just met in 2007, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so did you all think that you'd get this far that fast? Because I mean, 3 or so years is pretty quickly to be doing what you all are doing.
Not really. We figured we'd probably be doing the same shit.
Just playing shows
as we were then.
We started, yeah.
I mean, we were lucky enough to meet our current manager, and he set us up with our booking agent. And, I think it kind of just worked out that people believed in what we were doing and the music that we were making. So that got us to this point quicker than we imagined it would.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, the album is called Loss of Desire. What is that title referring to? Like loss of desire in what?
It's kind of it's like when you lose track of what your dreams in life are, and when you kind of like accept, like, a lot of people think, all right, well, I don't have a dream. My dream of life is gone. They give up and shit. And so I was kind of talking about when people do that, and that I don't know, that you shouldn't do that. It's fucking stupid. So that's kind of what the album's about, loosely based on.
Like the album as a whole?
Yeah, kind of. A lot of it's that type of mood in the songs, I guess, lyrically.
All right. Well, how do you all choose which songs to cover? Is it like, do you have to sit and talk about it, or?
Yeah, we saw the Buzzcocks like 2 years ago or something. We were playing South by Southwest, and like ever since then, him and I have been really big fans of that band.
So we made a list of like just bands that we knew we wanted to cover, some like old punk bands, and we made a list of songs that we all really love, and then we
learned like 10 of them.
We played a lot of them,
yeah,
and then we were like, which ones can we butcher the least? And we're like, all right, that works.
Right.
That's how it kind of worked out in the end.
All right. Well, that makes sense. Well, you all are pretty young. So, did you all have a problem with like your moms freaking out when you all started touring a lot?
Yeah, they've been pretty supportive. Most of the time, they're kind of happy we're out of the house and like not hanging out at home.
Right.
I guess.
Like we started touring like a year and a half, a while, like 2 years ago,
Yeah, 2
almost,
years ago,
on
yeah.
little tours, playing in front of nobody. I was 16 when we started touring.
Just hopping in a van, and like we just booked like a thing from like here to like Texas and stuff. We just played like a bunch of different.
Like in the very beginning, it was like our parents were like, oh, that's maybe they're doing something cool, better than just going to high school. I think luckily our parents are very supportive.
Yeah.
And
That's
now
good.
I don't know. Now they're really even more supportive.
Yeah, now they're like,
Right.
oh,
Now
maybe
that
they have a chance.
they're seeing you going
on
places.
On the Bamboozle Road Show.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother story.
Right. Well, speaking of high school, did you guys get to go to any proms?
No.
Did you want to? No.
Fuck no.
Just curious. Okay, well, if Drive A were to have a reality show, what would the show, like, what would you want it to be? Like, would you want it to be like a dating show or like a documenting type of reality show?
If we were to do a reality show, I would talk about bands. I would just use it to talk about music and to express, tell people about good bands and not bands that are shit, and just tell people to stay away from superficial bands.
Right. All right. Well, and again, with you all being really young and everything, how did you get into kind of like the older punk music? Just because it seems to be a dying scene as much as we all love it.
Yeah. I mean, we just it seems more exciting than the music out today, and we were able to discover it. Like, we saw the Buzzcocks a few years ago. That was a big influence on us. It seemed more dangerous and more exciting than the music out today. So
right. I mean, did you all have any like older siblings or anything that were into punk and then kind of?
Not really. I didn't.
I mean, my stepdad kind of like got me into a little bit of stuff when I was younger, but it was mainly just like you said, we would see bands that we liked, just, like very few. Like we saw the Buzzcocks, or we saw just whatever, like the Bronx is a cool band out.
I love them.
Today, and we're like, well, they seem to be having way more fun than other bands playing now.
Right.
It's a way better style of music. So.
Very true. I concur. Well, if your band were to have a tagline or motto, what would it be?
Tagline? Oh, shit.
If it's too hard, it's okay. But like, say, like some bands have like, like music comes first or whatever.
Music does come first with
Yeah.
us, but I mean, we're also we love to play live. That's a terrible fucking motto. I don't know.
We love to play live.
Drive A, we love to play live. I'll say, I'm just gonna be really
Something
lame and
along
say
those
music
lines.
comes first. Yeah.
Right. Fair enough.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, what is coming up in the future besides? I mean, like with this tour, are you all doing Warped Tour again?
No, we're not. After this tour, we're taking some time, July, off of touring, and we're gonna start writing for a new record. We don't know when it's gonna come out or anything like that, so we're just start
Basically,
working.
yeah, we're just gonna keep writing until we have like another tour, and hopefully we get a lot done in the next couple of months. We're really excited because we already kind of started working on it this week.
Are you all planning another tour, or are you just gonna write first?
We might do a tour in August.
Yeah.
We're not at the point where we can say with other bands or anything like that
Right.
yet, but
There's a few ideas on it.
Okay. All right. Well, is there any last thoughts or anything? It's all the questions I got for you.
I think that's it. Thank you.
No
very
problem.
much.
You all can wave bye.
Take care.